A warm welcome to all of you and a heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha, would like to thank all of you for liking my channels, the Spotify and the YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the Spotify channel yet, please do because you can listen to all the videos in their audio form anywhere, anytime. Today, we are going to talk about a beautiful nakshatra. Though it is said to be very intense, yet it brings in a lot of integrity and focus in your life. Yes, the Purva Bhadra nakshatra. A nakshatra who, in its Vimshotri Dasha scheme, is ruled by Jupiter, the planet that gives you plenty. And by its deity, it is owned by Ajay Ekpada, the unmanifested form of Lord Shiva, and hence it is said to be an extremely intense nakshatra, Ugra, or fierce in its nature. This nakshatra can ignite a lot of problems or a lot of intensity within you because of its qualities. But at the same time, this is a nakshatra that brings in a spiritual accent in you, one moves that moves you forward. There's so much to Purvabhadra than just being afraid of its fierce nature. This is a nakshatra that takes us on a inward journey and increases our material wealth also. So let us see what this nakshatra has to offer to us in so many counts. This nakshatra of Purvabhadra Pada is a nakshatra that initially it is said with its Shakti and everything imbibes the power of spirituality within you. This spirituality can come in many forms. It does not mean that one has to be just very focused in their spiritual attitudes. Yes, it does give rise to people when it is posited in charts of Ramakrishna Paramhans, Pope Benedict the 16th. For the people living in the age of Deepak Chopra, like now, he has his ascendant there. So many new age gurus will definitely find a planet or the ascendant working in this nakshatra because, yes, only when we have an amount of spirituality within us can we impart it to people around us. So that is very important. But at the same time, one can be taking their spirituality on a new level altogether. For Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, who had his Ketu sitting here, right there for him in the fourth house, it could be spirituality towards his work, his dedication for people around him, and his dedication to his motherland. It could be working with a sense of reverence for his motherland and giving an beautiful slogan of Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan for to promote people, to motivate people into doing a lot of good. So, depending on the planet that is placed in this nakshatra, if it is Ketu, it tells you that you have the ability, you've come with that ability from not just this lifetime, from a lot of past lifetimes also. If moon is sitting here, it shows your inclination, your divination, your inclination to these things because moon talks about our past life vasanas or the past life habits and the desires that we've got from our past life in this nakshatra. If it's your Jupiter which is sitting here, it can definitely give you an ability to be a guru, a leader, a, a counselor, and to help raise the spiritual quotient of others. It could denote that you have become a pillar in that form, in that sector, in that region, and people come to you, look up to you for advice. If it's Venus sitting here, prosperity follows, but you would have to move inward as much as your growth outward is. If there's sun sitting here, there's no doubt about the fact that moving upward, moving towards spirituality, having a great dedication and focus in your life is something that you've chosen to do in this lifetime. And if there's Mars sitting in this nakshatra, you are a spiritual warrior, you are a warrior who would take up causes for others, show empathy to others, and work for their betterment. Depending on the house that this nakshatra falls for one, that would also give a lot of color and change. So let us see what else apart from spirituality does this nakshatra give us. This nakshatra also gives us focus. Focus on what? As I said again, the focus would be on the attributes of the planet that is sitting here. It could also be on the house that this nakshatra falls in for us. And depending on the house and the planet, one would get to be very dedicated in that focus. And we always will see in practical life also that people who are very much spiritually aggressed in their life or who've gone far ahead would be very focused with their work, whatever that they do. They would be doing it with an intensity that others may lack or may also want to have in their life. And this is a nakshatra which helps you get that focus. Now supposing you and I, if we do not have this nakshatra or any planet sitting in this nakshatra, can we harness this energy of focus and integrity and spirituality in the night in our lives from this nakshatra? Yes, we can do that. We can do that every month when moon is traveling through this um, nakshatra. Then that planet which is supposed to be the ruler of this nakshatra or this house would definitely show that traits, because moon can ignite that trait within us, and it is for us to take it forward. Or if we want to get that focus and dedication, we can, when a fifth lord is traveling through this nakshatra, it's a good time to do it. When, if you want to have that spiritual quotient, the eighth lord or the 12th lord, when it is traveling through this nakshatra, can help us get that in our life. So there are many ways when the powers of the nakshatras can be harnessed or can be utilized for our betterment. As we move ahead and see one of the uh, attributes of this nakshatra is endurance. So endurance is another thing that we see in this nakshatra. This nakshatra, as I said to you people, is the unmanifest or the Ajay Ekpada of of uh, as the deity. Ajay Ekpada is a deity that has the ability to carry everything on its shoulder, be it big, small. In that case, it is not worried at all. So, this nakshatra gives one an ability to withstand many a things that others may not be able to tolerate. I'll take up this example here now. For example, if we take up the case of Pope Benedict 16. Pope Benedict 16, he grew up in the times of the Holocaust. Seeing the ravages of the World War II, he became very strong in his convictions, and the things that he put forward were very, very blunt, very effective, and he was very candid about what was right and what was not. We see his Jupiter, which is the lord of the 12th house of divinity, and the third house of courage, wisdom, an ability to be as candid as possible, is sitting right there in the second house. And here we see his power of endurance was great. His ability to be very, very straightforward in his speech and yet just speak the truth and carry on, shoulder on, irrespective of the consequences. His conviction and his power of endurance, as I said earlier, was very strong. When we talk about the spiritual quotient, Ramakrishna Paramhans is one name that would always come into our mind, because his love for his deity, Moon is also the mother, and his love for his deity is unparalleled in recent history. He would be able to sit in dhyan, in meditation, for hours at ends in front of his mother, and we know that endurance, that focus is a little difficult to achieve in life. We move on to the quotient of empathy that this nakshatra brings us. This nakshatra talks about empathy, and when we are talking about empathy, we can always take up the chart of Bob Hunter, because a person par excellence who always empathized with everybody. For him, Vasudeva Kutam, or the world being one place, everyone's right over this world, be it any being of the land, of the waters, or of the skies, is something that he always wrote and he always propagated. Ketu here is sitting in the third house for him. Third house is the house of your writings. Third house is the house of your oratorship. Third house is the house of your valor, power, and your bravery. Bob Hunter had no qualms taking people larger than life by their horns and pointing out what was wrong in their behavior towards all beings on this planet. Bob Hunter had the ability to pinpoint and go for saving the others, be it the other human beings who were mistreated by the larger ones, be it the animals of the sea, of the air, the birds, the aviary who were being mistreated. And he was a kind of savior who loved each and every one of these animals and beings. So we can see the sense of empathy being very, very strong in this chart, where Ketu, as present in the third house, makes him a very strong empath, gets it from his past lifetime, and gives him enough bravery, enough endurance to take on anybody. This same Ketu, as we would find in the chart of Lal Bahadur Shastri ji in the fourth house, gave him the tenacity, the endurance to face anybody who, against his country, and he worked with a dedication to uplift his country with a total conviction that his country was a secular country and he would be able to get his country into a very good position. He was totally focused and dedicated to his work of his motherland, and that got him a name in history as one of the most clean politicians, honest politicians that this country of India had ever seen. We move on to another we move on to another aspect of this nakshatra, and that is the anger. Anger is another aspect that we see in this nakshatra, but we all know that every nakshatra are the shades of gray. Every nakshatra has many qualities. Anger is just one of them. Amir Khan also has a planet sitting here, and we know that he's a perfectionist. He's extremely focused in his work, and we also know that if his work is not up to the mark, he rises to anger quite often and quite easily. So we have to understand that every nakshatra has great points. While we were talking about endurance, we also saw that A.R. Rahman has his Saturn, the second and the third lord, sitting right there in the fourth house. When we are connecting the second and the third houses with the fourth house, one thing that comes out very strongly is family. Second, family. Third, siblings. And the fourth house is the security of your family members, the way you keep them happy, your bank balance. From a very young age, he had to work hard because his father had passed away and he had to take care of his siblings along with his mother. Saturn is the Karm Karaka. Sitting in this nakshatra, this Saturn made him work really hard and endure all that he could and some more for his family members. But the focus, the love of music and arts led him to greater heights. So, this nakshatra can lead you to great prosperities also. The fact is that you need to have that focus, you need to develop that focus, and you need to move way within yourself to be able to harness the material good that this nakshatra brings to you. If you want to know more attributes of this nakshatra, if you want to understand how the padas work out in your life, and every planet is placed in a different pada, as a result the variation, the what it delivers to you would be extremely different. Because for while we are talking about A.R. Rahman, Saturn is placed for him in the fourth pada, which in the Navamsha would definitely go again in the sign of Cancer, and which again becomes the fourth house of securities. And that is why he was very concerned, worked really hard for securing his family's future, and families earned his bread for his own family. If you want to learn how to work on these planets and the padas more, I have a course in English on the last 9 nakshatras from Mula to Revati coming up. Do sign in and understand the effects the padas and the planets have in our lives, and how they play out differently in different charts. Till we meet with you again, stay
Please hit the
safe.
bell icon
Thank you.
for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos. And please subscribe to our channel.